life is that in cheap environments, kindness looks like weakness. And in refined intellectual environments, it looks like power. When people are struggling for status, every gesture is seen as a move in a game. If you're kind, then you're soft. If you're patient, then you're easily manipulated. Respect is earned through fear, not value. But in higher quality circles where people already have self-respect, kindness means control. You don't need to prove anything. It means you're secure enough to stay calm, even when you can dominate. That's why upgrading your circle isn't just about success, it's about peace.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. That is one of the most powerful videos I can say I probably saw all year up until this point. My God, this is going to turn into a series. Low tier, low value, bad people cannot digest kindness for some reason. There's something about kindness that is off-putting to bad people. Like they don't appreciate kindness. It's either they're offended by it or they view it as an opportunity to manipulate. That's how you know you're dealing with a low quality person. It's just, there's something about kindness that triggers bad people in a negative manner. It either triggers them to be bullies or it triggers them to use and abuse the kind-hearted person, right? Or to get over on them. That's how I know I'm dealing with a low quality person. A low quality person is going to view my kindness as an opportunity to use me or manipulate me in some way. Men and women do it. And once I catch it, you're done. It's over for you. There is no more communication or collaboration, connection. There's no me and you in the same sentence anymore. Because you have shown me that you're a low quality person, right? Because you're taking my kindness and you're weaponizing it against me to hurt me as a result of me being kind to you. You're a bad person, right? So it's really easy for people to show themselves. When you're around high-end environments, high-value people, their kindness, it really comes from the heart, really. They don't need anything from you because they're full of abundance. They're not doing this to get that, right? That's what nice people do. Nice people manipulate to get what they want. Kind people just do nice things for you because they just love you. They just like you. They're happy that they're around you. They're proud to be connected to you. And they just want to do something nice for you. But if you've never been around high value people or the upper echelon sector of society that also has good hearts, because someone can be upper echelon or, own a lot of different acres of things and they're bad people, they're bad hearts, right? Look at Hollywood, they're bad people. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying about people who are very well off, very abundant in nature, very good-hearted people. You'll notice that these people are so kind. Like when they do something for you, it's from the bottom of their heart. There is no ulterior motive. That's why bad people can't understand why someone would just do something kind, because they're not the type. So they're going to abuse that person. I remember years ago when I was working from that company that I always tell you guys about, one of the independent contractors there, she was a Russian woman. She owned like a whole bunch of ice skating rings. She owned a whole bunch of ice skating rings and yoga clubs and gymnastic clubs, gymnastic schools. So they were like, her and her husband were loaded. And I remember there was a time she was having issues with like her computer and her graphic design because she didn't know how to work the system. So I sat with her on the clock. I didn't have a lot to do and my manager said it was fine. And I sat with her and I was just showing her, hey, you can use this, you can click that, you can use this color, and I was just helping her create flyers. And it was just something very light. I sat with her for like 2 hours and I helped her the next day a little bit. And then 3 days later, I come to my desk, you guys, and I see like now mind you, this lady's wealthy, so it's completely understandable. I see 4 large Chanel bags on my work desk. And I'm like, why are there 4 Chanel bags on my work desk? And I go to my manager, I'm like, hey, I think somebody left something on my desk. He's like, oh no, that's for you. I said, why is that there? He said, oh, because so-and-so, she left that for you. And then when I opened one of the bags, I see a little card in there and she put a thank you card. And she's like, thank you so much, Mel, for helping me. You didn't have to do that. I learned so much from you. Thank you so much. Take this as your thank you as well. And take this as a Merry Christmas, right? Because that was also around Christmas time. So she got me like these cute, like the cute little like Chanel wallets. She got me some Chanel perfume and some body oils from Chanel, body butters, lotions, everything. And I'm like, working around those kind of people taught me a lot about humans and the subcategories of them. And when you're around those type of people, all of that rah-rah, bad behavior, back and forth, drama, cursing, exploitation, that stuff doesn't happen around those people. That stuff is very low quality. And high quality people don't engage in those kind of things. And I think that God allowed me to experience that. That's why I'm so strict with people now. If you're bringing me drama, you got to go. If you're seeing my kindness as an opportunity to get over me, I'm going to reject you. Like, it's just because I've already experienced what it's like to be connected to people in certain classes where kindness is not a weakness. They actually admire that, and they actually reward that. They don't see that as an opportunity to exploit or bully. Because I got to experience that, it's definitely changed my trajectory on individual. How to know if you're dealing with a good person or a bad person, or how you're dealing to know if you're dealing with a high quality person or a low quality person. Pay attention to how they respond to kindness. It's so funny for me to watch people slowly play themselves out of being in connection to me when I notice certain behaviors come to the surface when I'm being kind. And like I said, you have to learn how to read humans. They're all the same, all of them. There's nothing about them that is different. They have the same behavioral patterns. They are all textbook, both men and women. And good people have the same cluster of qualities, and bad people have the same cluster of qualities. So if your complaint is that you keep meeting bad people, or people keep exploiting your kindness and you don't know why, my dear, you're not paying attention to the patterns. You're not doing your due diligence in life to protect yourself. That's why it keeps happening. So just like what this content creator said, low quality people always view kindness as a weakness. When someone is kind, they view it as he's weak, she's weak. This is very popular in toxic environments, okay? When you're in healthy environments, healthy families, around healthy people, your kindness does not get exploited. Men and women show their behind quickly when they meet a kind person. Me being a kind person, right? I'm not nice, but I'm kind. The minute I notice somebody is trying to slowly get over on me, I'm sipping my orange juice and I'm laughing. And they think I'm laughing with them, but I'm laughing at them because you just played yourself out of being connected to me. Because you showed me that as a person, you view kindness as an opportunity to manipulate. You just showed me that. You just showed yourself, right? And people show themselves early on. It's just you guys are not listening. That's the problem. People have this addiction. If you don't resonate or align with my teachings, then my content is not for you. Avoid commenting, subscribing, or interacting. Instead, go to a page where you resonate. If you comment something foul, disrespectful, or like something foul or disrespectful, you will be blocked. I will also block you if you comment any contradictory to my message. I don't post for your agreement, so please think about that before you run and comment, I don't agree. Think about that. It doesn't matter. I post what I am led to post. Your agreement or okay was never needed. I don't need your permission. Let's get into it. To being naive. You're not going to get a trophy for getting ran over, ma'am. You're just going to get ran over. You're not going to get a trophy for taking it easy on people, right? You're not going to have a trophy for continuously giving people passes to screw you over. There's no trophy or reward in heaven for that. You're just going to get a broken heart and a 6-month recovery plan from your therapist. That's all you're going to get. There's no trophy for being naive. People who are toxic people, also toxic environments. Notice, I hate to say it, in the Black community, The Black community is going to beat up the kind girl. All of the ladies are going to gather and they're going to beat her up. Because the environment is toxic, they view kind as kind, elegance, polish, and poise. I hate to say it, a lot of times in the Black community, they see that and oh baby, they're going to do you in. They're going to do you in because the community is very toxic. So they don't know how to respond to a kind, well-mannered person. They don't know how to respond to that. They're used to people being rough with them. They're used to, people jumping on them, people being aggressive, abrasive. That's what they're used to. And that's also who they are. So in the African American community, a lot of times, if it's not a healthy community, they will get physically violent with the kind Black woman. They will get physically violent with the kind Black man. When a Black man is kind, because the Black community many times is highly toxic, they are going to call him gay because he's a kind Black man. They are going to say that he is a loser. They're going to call him a loser. And that's why a lot of times, I hate to say it, that's why you see a lot of Black people divesting. Oh yeah, they're divesting a lot. They want to get away from that because they don't want to always be in a fight or flight mode. They don't always want to be worried about who's going to jump on me for being kind, who's going to jump on me for having a classy outfit, who's going to jump on me for being well-spoken. They don't want to deal with that. So they divest and they get away. Okay? So kindness is always going to be viewed as a weakness or as an opportunity to get over on an individual when they're around toxic people, around toxic environments, or when they're around low quality people, low quality environments, or just bad people. Someone who's just a bad person is going to view your kindness as a weakness and an opportunity to exploit. Let's get into it. The days of being jaded and feeling jaded are over because human nature, okay, there's nothing surprising about it. So let's talk about kindness. Kindness is a wonderful thing. You want to be kind, not nice. Nice is manipulative. It's one of the most manipulative things ever. Nice is manipulation, just like romance is manipulation. These are tools that humans use to get their desired outcome from another human. They don't come from a place of honesty. They don't come from a place of love. They don't come from a place of selflessness. It comes from a place of, I need you to do something, so I'm going to do this to get you to do that. When it comes to kindness, kindness is an exposure because let me tell you how you know someone's a bad person. If you're a kind person, this is how you know somebody's a bad person. Bad people respond to kindness in 3 ways. The first way is when bad people meet a kind person, they're very excited. Like when a bad person meets a kind person, their eyes light up like a light bulb. Their eyes get wide. They're so happy. Why? Because they found a fountain. You are a fountain. They found a fountain. They found a pleasure source. They found a whipping board. They have found somebody that they can drain. Bad people love kind people because you are a source of power for them. You are a generator for them. They can get what they want out of you. They can drain you of whatever things you have. We're going to talk about this in the class tomorrow. So bad people are very excited when they meet kind-hearted people. And what they're going to do when they meet you is they're going to drain you. That's how you know someone's a bad person. So if you're kind, if you're a kind-hearted human, not all humans get to be connected to you. I always tell you guys, in life, you need to reject most people. I'm not trying to be mean, but most people should be rejected, men and women. You're going to learn how to reject people very often because most of them are not going to serve a purpose in your life. Most of them are not going to come and make a positive change in your life. They're just coming in to either take up space, take up time, or take up energy. A very small percentage of humans are actually worth your time. if I'm talking from it. Most of them are completely a waste of time. And as you get older, you're going to realize that. That's why as people up their value, their circles get smaller. They only connect themselves with people who can match their value and who are at the same level as them. They stop wasting time connecting to themselves to leisure people. They don't do that anymore because it's not worth their time. So the higher someone goes up the triangle, it gets more narrow, right? Because nobody wants to waste their time on filler people, on people who are not adding any type of benefit to your life. They're coming in to use you, drain you of your knowledge. Nobody wants to deal with people like that, especially when you value yourself. Nobody has time for you to pick their brain. Nobody has that time to give to you. The higher someone values themselves, their life, it's like ran like a business. There's not a lot of time for games or leisure connections or people coming around to drain you, pick your brain. You don't have time for that because you have stuff to do, right? Because you're running your life in a particular way where you understand that kindness is rare. And most people should not be connected to kind people because they're going to drain them. So bad people are going to drain the kind person. That's why they're excited to meet you. Not only that, they're going to drain you emotionally. When someone knows you're kind, they're always going to ring up your phone to complain and unload their problems on you, right? They're calling you to drain your spirit because you have a healing spirit. A lot of you guys, after people have a conversation with you, they feel elated. That's why they only call you when they're going through a hard time. And once the hard time is over, they don't call you anymore. That's a bad person. Okay, you're dealing with a bad person because they're draining your kindness from you. The second thing that a bad person or that bad people do, or how you're going to know you're dealing with a bad person and you should remove your kindness and remove yourself from that person altogether, is they're going to bully you. Okay, that's another major sign that somebody's a bad person, is when you encounter a kind person, you want to bully them, right? You take their kindness for weakness. Now, I've had this experience in my life before where, because I'm more of a to myself person, and I kind of just stay in my corner, I'm on my laptop, I'm handling my business, I have my headphones in, I'm not bothering anybody. That is my natural way of being, is I'm usually in the corner handling my business, staying out of people's way. I'm not bothering anyone. I'm doing my thing and I'm staying focused on whatever project I have at hand. What men and women will do is they'll see me in my element like that, and they'll notice that I am a kind person. They'll see me in my element like that, and they'll take that as bad people, right? Not good people. Bad people will do this to kind people. They will take that and think that I'm a punk. So they're going to test me. That's why I said I stay away from bad people, because bad people bring out a side of you that should not be brought out, right? When you're a kind person and you're around good people, they're not provoking you like bullies would. They're not trying to get bad reactions out of you. They're not being mean to you. They're not disrespecting you. So anytime someone is a kind person and you're around people that keep bringing out the worst out of you, I said you got to get away from that person, and you got to stay away from that person. That's a bad person. And that's a bad person because they're reading your kindness and your kind nature. They're reading your kind nature as an invitation to bully. That's a bad person. That is the type of person that kicks a dog that's limping in the middle of the road. That's the kind of person that will catch a limping dog and kick it. That is the kind of person that kicks people while they're down. That is the kind of person that uses someone's head as a staircase when that person is in a vulnerable situation. Pay attention to people who use people in vulnerable situations as a way to get over them. That's a bad person. So the thing with kind people is we don't allow the world to change our hearts, right? We don't allow the world to make our hearts dark. Bad people, their hearts are dark. They've allowed life and their experiences to cause them to become bitter, dark, angry, narcissistic. They've allowed life's experiences to make them become bitter and angry, right? Because life, we all have up and downs in life. Good people are going to go through things. Bad people, all of us are going to go through things. It doesn't matter our gender. It doesn't matter our color, race. We will all go through hardships in life, heartbreaks, getting stabbed in the back, betrayals. Like all of us are going to go through that. That's what life comes with. The difference is how you translate that. Some people, they go through things and they're like, I'm going to be a bad person. Yeah, I'm going to be a bad person now. I am going to now do this. I am going to now. And those are people that are bad people. That should not be connected to a kind person. So when you realize, oh, wow, this person is reading my kindness. This person is taking my calm nature, my docile nature. They are reading that as an opportunity to abuse. So that means you're a bad person because you cannot respond to kindness, right? That is why he was saying kindness is not viewed as a weakness when you're around the right people. When you're around healthy people, healthy groups of people, I hate to say it, I got to take it there. In the Black community, when they see a Black woman who's kind, the Black women try to bully her and antagonize her. Same thing with Black men, because they view a kindness on a Black woman as she's weak, she's a punk, I can get over her. And Black men who are kind are viewed as, they call him gay, right? When they encounter a Black man who is kind, respectful, and well-mannered, they call him gay. They call him, he's a FAG, he's a punk, he's a loser, he's all this stuff, because I hate to say it, the Black community has so much toxicity within it. It's because it's unhealthy. And that is what this gentleman was saying, is kindness is not viewed as weakness in high value spaces around the right people. It's not viewed as a weakness. It's when you're around toxic people, bad environments, kindness is viewed as a pass for them to bully and get over on you. Next thing, bad people will respond to kind people where they will manipulate. Or coerce. That's a better word, coerce. So when you're a kind person, you want to know if you're dealing with a bad person. If you've met a bad person, they're going to coerce you a lot. What does that mean? You're constantly getting manipulated by people, like pressured into doing things you don't want to do. When you're a kind person and you tell someone no, a good person will respect your no. A bad person is going to try to get over that no. That's how I know you're a bad person. I reject those clients. I don't work with clientele or customers who don't respect my no. I don't work with people like that. I reject them. I don't want to do business with you. I don't want to do nothing with you because you're not my target audience. You're not my target clients, right? Because when you're a kind person, bad people are always trying to work around you, right? They're always trying to get you to sign a deal that you don't want to sign, get you to sign a contract you don't want to sign, they're trying to coerce you to make up with family members that you don't want to make up with anymore. They will purposefully invite you to a dinner where the friend that you cut off is there and force you guys. Let's talk about how good people respond to kindness. Good people see kindness as extremely valuable, okay? When they encounter a kind person, they are like, wow, you are such a valuable person. I hope that I make a positive impact on your life because I know you will make a positive impact on mine. When you meet a kind person and you're a good person, you are really ready to pour into them because you know they're going to pour into you. When a kind person meets a good person, the good person is going to protect that kind person from other people. You are always going to be their voice of reason because you know that they're rare and most people should not have access to them. I always tell kind people, most people should not have access to you, which is why I said the kinder you are, the more of a good person you become in life, you're going to keep rejecting people. You have to reject most people. The more you increase your value, you have to reject most people because most humans are not worth the connection. They're not doing the work. Okay? Internally, they're not working on themselves. They're just looking for new victims. Most people should be rejected. And I stand by that statement 100%. I'm not talking about spiritually. I'm not talking about God's call on people's life. No, I mean most people should be rejected from being a part of your life because they're not going to serve a purpose. That connection is going to be, it's a filler connection, which means it's not worth it. Most people should be rejected. And the problem is a lot of kind people don't understand that most people should be rejected. They don't understand that. So you're like a panda bear in the middle of a lake being circled by alligators and crocodiles. And you're the panda bear in the middle. Why are you in a den of alligators? Why are you in a river full of alligators. That is not your habitat. Let them eat each other alive. You shouldn't be there. But when you become a villain, which we'll talk about tomorrow, you are going to be the tiger that jumps into the lake and rips the alligators apart because they're not a match for you. Metaphorically speaking, they're not a match for you because it's just like, again, when a kind person knows human behavior, you will never be a victim to them. It's never going to work because you're stronger than them. Why? Because mentally you know their design. And because you know their design, they can't get over on you, right? But last but not least, a kind person, a good person is going to respond to you by they are going to respect you on such a high level. So much respect. You will never, I always tell people, the people in my life, nobody in my life really disrespects me. We may have misunderstandings, right? But I never get disrespected by people in my life. They don't disrespect me. I don't disrespect them. Why? Because we're quality individuals. We're kind-hearted people. We're quality. We don't operate that way because I know that the kind people should have high boundaries. So the kind people in my life, if I disrespect them, I'm not going to be around anymore. And if they disrespect me, they're not going to be around anymore. So again, kindness is not viewed as a weakness around high value people because they're kind too. And if you're not kind and you're disrespectful, you will be rejected out of their spaces. Disrespect is normalized around toxic people. When you look at toxic families, everybody's disrespecting each other. It's a crap show. When you look at toxic friend groups, when you go online and you go on TV and you watch Basketball Wives and you watch all these shows, these reality TV shows, the women are constantly disrespecting one another because it's a cesspool of toxic people. So disrespect is normalized. But notice how any woman that comes in that group that respects herself, she doesn't come back the next season. Not because she's scared, but these people are beneath me. They don't honor anybody. They're very disrespectful. They don't respect each other. What am I doing sitting on a table with these type of women? Right? So you decline that toxicity and you don't go back to the next season. You don't come back on season 2 or 3 because these are, I hate to say it, these are crap people. Right? Because they're constantly disrespecting each other. Nobody has any regard for each other. Nobody has respect for anybody's family. They see kindness as weakness, which is why when kind women get on those reality shows, they get bullied by the group. Why? Because the group is toxic. So when it's a group of toxic people, they're not going to respond to kindness in the right way. Up your value, up your scale. Get around more high value people. Then there'll be less of that, right? You have to be willing to weaponize your masculinity as a woman. Masculinity is not bad. Masculine energy is not bad. I don't know why people keep saying that. Masculine energy is the ability to reach a goal. Masculinity is what? Goal-oriented, structurally, orderly, being able to show up on times, precision, logic, rationality. Nothing about that is bad. So with the October spooky season coming around and holiday season, make sure you guys are okay being the villain. Yes, villainhood is a real thing, and that's what this class is going to talk about. We are going to speak on the characteristic traits and approaches you have to take when you are no longer living your life to be accepted and validated by people while accepting their bad behavior. Sometimes being the protector in your book looks like being a villain in another person's book. It's all a psychological mind game. If you don't choose yourself, if you don't choose your happiness, if you are not unapologetically you and winning without feeling apologetic about it, guess what? People are going to view you as a villain. But if you already walk in villainhood, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is going to be a good class, especially in conjunction with weaponizing your masculinity. You have to get comfortable with being viewed as a villain. You need a strong mental mind to accept people villainizing you because you are being and doing your best.